So I know you guys are all here for one thing, and I'm also here for that one thing as well, because it's pretty cool, but we still have a lot of cards to go through because they just unloaded a boatload of cards on us today. Just everything. So we should go through all of them because some of them are actually quite good, especially the PRs. Yes, we love them, right? So first off, we do have these as shop tournament PRs, so these should be at least coming out for us. But sometimes maybe we should hope that they don't. Let's see, right? So the first one, we have a Mega Colony one. This one is a grade 2, so auto, when this unit is rode upon, choose one of your opponent's rear guards without any cradle marker and put a cradle marker on it. So, alright, cool, cradle support, right? And the second effect is auto, when this unit is put on the Guardian Circle or attacks a grade 2 or greater Vanguard from the rear guard circle, you can Soul Blast one, your opponent chooses one of their rear guards in stand, and they may retire it. And if they did not retire, you draw a card and all of your front row units get power plus 5,000 until the end of turn. So I think this is okay, right? Mega Calling, not too bad. It seems pretty good. The next one, though, this one seems pretty good. So this one is a Succubus. This is for DI. So 2 effects again. Can't. Guardian Circle. If your soul has 6 or more cards, this unit gets shield plus 5,000. If your soul has 10 or more cards, it gets shield plus 10,000 instead of 5,000. So pretty good, extra like 15k shield. Pretty slick, right? DI, can get super bulky and draw a billion cards. The second effect is auto rearguard circle once per turn. When this unit attacks, if your soul has 6 or more cards, put one of your other rear guards into soul and countercharge 1. Then, if your soul has 10 or more cards, draw 2 cards, choose a card from your hand, and put it into your soul. So, this card basically fixes all of DI's problems in, like, V and, like, Premium. Where, you get Counterblast denied, you don't have enough Counterblast to work with. This just straight up countercharges and can, like, help you, like, get that extra bit of soul at the end just to make things work. But yeah, it's countercharge, free countercharge. Also puts one of your other cards into soul. So it's like technically a -1, but hey, if it makes Number of Terror work, you're still winning anyway, right? So I think this is really good. I think this is a really, really, really good PR for DI, and, it's probably going to put them on the map very, very soon, right? But let's kind of look at the other stuff. So we did get the ride line for the CEO dude for Brandgate. They kind of revealed this, like, a while ago. On the side, I don't know if it's accidentally, but they just did. Just no one really cared about it, because that's how it is. So that was a starter. Then we got the Blitz Program as Strazer. So when this unit is rode upon, search your deck or hand for up to 1 grade 1 product card, put it into your order zone, and if you search your deck, shuffle your deck, and if you put it from your hand, draw a card. So it's like a better version of grabbing your orders, and if you have it in your hand, doesn't matter, you get to draw one. So seems really good, right? The second one is this order card. So this is the product card. So Incandescent Flame Cannon Abyssal, right? So and then it's got the brackets after settle unit put in the order zone. But it's got this keyword called operate, right? And the operate goes with when this card is operated, choose one of your opponent's front row rear guards and retire it. If you did not retire, draw a card. Choose a card from your hand and discard. So it's not really a plus. You would want to retire all the time because it's just good. But then again, it's like a hand filter. So a hand filter is like also not bad. It's like free, just whenever you operate it. So there's like effects that like operate your cards in the order zone, and that's how this operate thing is gonna work pretty much. Anyway, let's look at the next card. Is we have Blitz Technology Researcher Uber, right? So act Vanguard Circle once per turn, Soul Blast 1, choose a product in your order zone and operate it. And it's just you activate its operate ability, right? And then you might know that the cards in the order zone, the operate ability is not once per turn, but his one is. But this kind of means that like if you have multiple cards that might be able to operate something, they can like keep on operating that one effect to use the multiple. I don't think it's gonna happen just because it seems pretty OP when you can snowball it like that. But yeah, we'll see, right? And the second effect is when this unit is rode upon, put a product in your order zone into drop. And then search your deck or hand for up to 1 grade 2 product card, put it into your order zone, and if you search your deck, shuffle your deck. If you put it from your hand, draw a card. So again, you just recycle that product card and put the grade 2 product card on. You're gonna see it here. So we have Heavy Strike Cannon Fortress, Fricious, and then the operate ability is auto. When this card is operated, choose one of your opponent's front row rear guards and retire it. If you did not retire, choose one of your opponent's vanguards and it gets power -5,000 until the end of the turn. And the second effect, also in the order zone, when your grade 3 or greater Vanguard is placed by riding from a grade 3, put this unit into the drop. We'll put this card into the drop. Search your deck for up to 1 Mobile Fortress of Obliteration, Freischütz maximum. Put it into your order zone, and if you search your deck, shuffle your deck. If you put it from your hand, draw a card. So this only works after you Persona Ride. Or it doesn't really need to be Persona Ride, right? You just need to ride a grade 3 over a grade 3, which ideally is a Persona Ride, but you can not, right? Might not be that great, but this does let you, you know, just make it into your better Freischütz, right? So let's kind of look at what the other cards do. So this is Blitz CEO Welstra. Auto, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, choose one of your products in your order zone and operate it. So just, you know, on attack, operate, pretty cool. And then the second effect is when one of your products is operated, this unit gets power 5,000 instead of in a turn. So it becomes 18 and 28. So it's like an okay number to hit, right? And then lastly, we do have this Mobile Fortress of Obliteration, Freischütz maximum. So it has a special effect. It's you cannot play this card. So you actually just can't play it from hand. You have to do it you have to do the combo to get it onto the field, onto the order zone. And the operate ability is when this card is operated, choose one of your opponent's rearguards, retire it, choose one of your opponent's vanguards, and it gets power minus 5,000 until the end of turn. And then counterblast 1 and return a rearguard to your hand, and call this card as a 23,000 power critical 1 normal unit to an open rearguard circle as stand. If you called a card, put that unit into the order zone at the end of turn. So basically, this guy just comes out and makes another attack. That's basically what it is. It hits 23. Under Persona Ride, it'll be 33. So that's a pretty good number, right? That's a pretty good number. And then at the end of turn, it just goes back. And you just kind of keep on, you know, doing the combo, right? It's like, you know, retire minus 5 and come out 23. And then your opponent's actually like an AK Vanguard. So, or like 18 if they got a trigger or something like that, right? So you can that's how you get like the extra power, which is pretty cool. So overall, like kind of okay, like nothing too crazy yet. But let's kind of continue on. So we did get some lyrical Monastery support as well. So we got Mystica Pelsid Jennifer. So act rearguard circle once per turn. If you have 4 or more units, discard a card from your hand, choose a normal order from your drop, and it gets con. This card can be played from the drop, and when it would be put into your drop after play, put it on the bottom of your deck instead. So this is just straight up Clarissa support, or basically any deck that does require, does want to play orders. But basically, it's Clarissa, because you can put it back down and you can search it and things like that. So pretty good, right? Pretty good. But then I think like some of the newer ride lines also run some orders. So again, that's that support too, right? And then the second card we got is Approaching Summer Aiche. So auto, when this unit is placed on the rearguard circle by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard, this unit gets power plus 5,000 until the end of turn. And then the second effect is auto, when your other rearguard is returned to your hand by your Vanguard's ability. Choose one of your Vanguards and it gets power plus 5,000 in turn. So this is a rearguard circle effect. This is just like pure like Kairi support, just right off the head, you know, about a bunch of bouncing, you know, things get power. Nice, right? And the last lyrical Monastery card we got is Cooling Heart Yuica. So auto rearguard circle once per turn. When your other unit in the same column as this unit is placed, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets power plus 5,000 until the end of turn. And then second effect is auto rearguard circle. At the end of the battle that this unit boosted a rearguard, Soul Blast 1, choose one of the boosted rearguards and return it to your hand. So again, this kind of feels like it's Kairi support, right? Like, yeah, it seems okay, right? Seems okay. Nothing too insane. Like that's crazy. So yeah, that's basically it. But now let's go on to the spicy stuff, right? Look at this. This is some of the details that we got. So this is the Stride deck set Chronojet. This is where Chronojet comes into play. But they did reveal the content. So we are getting a 50 card deck, right? And an extra 9 cards. So kind of wrap your head around what that could be. That could be, right? And then we got a storage box. We get 15 acrylic coins, right? And then a fighter coins customized shell. So weird fighters coin customized, something like that. But one of these would cost 5,500 yen. So basically, we're looking at legend deck prices. This is probably going to be a product that you can straight up buy and immediately compete. So, you know, Stride deck sets are the new legend sets, and I guess, you know, that seems pretty cool, right? A great way to get in the game, like MLB from before. But then when they also have the premium deck set, this one is actually retailing for 20,000 yen. This is only on the Bushed online site. This is not, well, this technically can be for premium. It's it's just a standard, the standard Chrono Jet stuff, but in a premium box. So you get more stuff. They haven't really announced what this extra stuff is, but remember, I think the 10th anniversary stuff also was like really expensive kind of thing. So we can probably expect more goodies, right? But let's kind of get to the meat of the bones, right? Or the meat of the bone, or just the meat of the day, right? So here we go. We have Chrono Jet Dragon, and his effect is Auto Vanguard Circle Generation Break 2, right? Yeah, you heard that correct, Generation Break 2. And if you don't know what it is, this ability is active if you have 2 or more face-up G units in total on your Vanguard Circle or G zone. Yeah, that's right. So when this unit attacks a Vanguard, until the end of that battle, this unit gets power plus 5,000, and your opponent cannot call grade 1 or greater cards from the hand to the Guardian Circle. That does sound familiar, right? It sounds really, really familiar. The second effect is Auto on the Vanguard Circle. When your G unit strides during your turn, cost Counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, and put it on the bottom of their deck. That is pretty much just the exact... Actually, this entire card is exactly the same as the OG Chrono Jet. And you can see here, the power is the same as well. It is 11k, right? It is 11k. It is a weak boy. It doesn't have any Persona Ride. It is just the same. It is a Dark States card. It is an encounter card, but it also is Gear Chronicle. And just the same as before, right? So yeah, now let's look at it. Let's look at some other stuff. So here we can see that they announced some more stuff. You can use your old Chrono Jet cards if you want to, right? So they release a bunch of old Chrono, you know, like the old G unit cards, even the BCS one. You can run them. They're allowed to be played because it's just the exact same effect. Okay, it's exactly the same effect. Now, the question you probably are asking yourself is, striding in standard, right? Does that mean every deck has like a G zone and you can run G units? The answer is no, right? The answer is no. So they released some info about striding. They will announce more striding in the future. This is basically the info on what striding is for the beginners out there. Right, like, oh, what is stride? You know, there's a stride step. Hey, there's like cards in the G zone. You know, you can call them, you can stride on them and things like that. And then here is some of the other things like, yo, what's Generation Break 2? Yeah, what's the effect and all that. It's the same thing, right? But then they also announced like more. So they teased a few more. Look at this. Look at this Chrono Dragon next. This is actually a G unit. We are actually getting G units into standard, and striding is coming into standard. But I have to first say, this art is absolutely amazing. So Chrono Jet, you know, Chrono Dragon next stage, right? He used to be a chonky boy. Now this guy is, you can actually see the chonk, right? You can see the chonk. You can see, I don't know, it looks like he's gonna beat you up. And that's pretty much it. The question is, yeah, so does every clan, every nation get to now stride? No, only Chrono Jet Dragon gets to stride. You have to run this ride line in order to stride. And yeah, they're gonna release like more info on this G unit, like on G units like next week. I'm pretty sure like we can kind of figure out what next stage will do, because they basically printed an old Chrono Jet, so they're probably gonna print a very, very similar next stage as well. But yeah, I think this is actually really, really good. You might say like, oh my god, they like ran out of ideas. But I do want to say that standard is kind of like the gateway to Vanguard. And I mean, right now, there is like quite a decent amount of hype for premium. And this kind of helps introduce like this mechanic into standard, only for like a single ride line. So you're not gonna just see people stride all day, right? You're gonna, it's basically like the gimmick of this deck, the gimmick of this ride line. We have like a lot of gimmicks already. We might even have gimmick bloat, and that's like another discussion. But in a way, if you just overload people with like a lot of gimmicks anyway, they'll probably just get used to it. But this kind of introduces the stride gimmick into standard, and then this is like the gateway to like, you know, like a premium format where they're like, okay, this is, I know what like striding does, so if I go into premium, I'm not really confused on what striding is. Like, I've already seen it in standard, people have done it, it's just a normal thing. And then the problem from before was like everyone would need to buy a G-Zone deck and things like that, and people got mad. But like, look, you don't have to, right? You just don't have to. If you don't want a G-Zone, just don't play Chrono Jet. That's simple. But then you'll face this deck as well. The people who want to play it will play it, and you'll have to get used to the mechanic. And like normally people do, right? People do. Although people say like standard is supposed to be like the super easy format, it's also the introductory format. And I mean, you could say that like complexity is bad for like such a format, but at the same time, people aren't dumb, right? People aren't dumb. Like people say we gotta dumb down games more and more. This is like a bigger rant on video games, I guess. But people do like get used to like complexity in video games too, and that can be that still can be said for like for you know card games in general as well. I think you know if they do it right, this will be a great way to like create players who can sustain themselves not just in standard, but they might get interested in like an older format which is premium with this and just go into that. What this also means, right, is that they could be introducing a lot of mechanics into standard as well as like encounter cards, so you won't like see these old mechanics every single day, right? You won't be like next set we have Legion, next set we have LB4, next set we have like cross strides, even though we kind of do, right? But it just means like maybe once a year they're gonna introduce like a new encounter card that they said before they're gonna be introducing encounter cards that have like a strange mechanic from before. And then that's like another way to like kind of ease yourself into that. We might even get gifts into standard. Yeah, right? You might get imaginary. Guys might not like imaginary gifts, but hey, we might get them. Yeah, that's it. It's just a big possibility. I think this is a great way to kind of do it, right? One, you know, Gear Chronicle is super hype, super darn hype. Everyone who hates nostalgia likes nostalgia anyway because it's Jet. It introduced they decided not to go like the V route for striding, which is insane. That's actually insane, to be honest. You know, it's actually striding, and I guess we're just gonna see kind of more, maybe even more like premium support from standard, which is like kind of rare. You do get like every card is like premium support in the end, but like this is kind of direct premium support, so seems pretty cool, right? Seems pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. There's like so much to talk about. Every week they're gonna release more Chronojet stuff, so I think the next couple of weeks are gonna be quite exciting. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next videos. All right, bye.